It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Ravens and the Silver and Black. Next on Madden Football.
Opened in 2020 and immediately one of the main attractions here on the Las Vegas Strip. Welcome everyone to Allegiant Stadium. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Huard. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over him for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
We're through the warm-ups. Both teams are ready. And we're off and running in Las Vegas. Deontay Hardy to return. This return makes it up to the 25. So the Ravens offense taking over for the first time here. And they're brought out by someone who is the modern example of an elite running quarterback, the multiple-time MVP, Lamar Jackson.
A decade plus before Lamar, it was a guy named Michael Vick who was the standard for dual-threat quarterbacks. Well, today, that standard is Lamar Jackson, who at his best is an MVP-caliber player, the most exciting player, not just in his position, but in all of football. And don't let that running overshadow the strides he's made as a passer, too, in the pocket and as a franchise quarterback to build upon. That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable, and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 31. Gets this to Bateman. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. That's good for 7 yards. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. He cuts it to the right sideline. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
1st and 10 from the 41. Another run for Henry. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Second down now, 7 to go. Running once more with Henry. Has a lane inside the 25. And he has this all the way down to the 23. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
Lamar off the play fake. Gets this one to Andrews. And he's all the way to the edge and out of bounds along the line.
Defense all over that throw. You could just smell it. They just smelled that football coming their way, and that's as good as an incompletion. And they're going to be in a good spot. 2nd down coming up.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Now Jackson off the play action. He's got Andrews. And he gets this down inside the red zone before going out.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
One of the most common penalties in the sport. And the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. After the flag, they've got 3rd and 9 to figure out. Lamar now from the gun. It's complete to Hopkins. And he's stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Staring at 4th down, the Ravens will go with Justin Tucker to try for 3. This is going to be a 38-yarder from the right hash. Tucker's kick is up and good. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Has this at the 6. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. So out head the Raiders for their first possession. They're led out by someone amidst their second act as an NFL QB. He was a second-rounder back in 2013, Geno Smith.
When Geno Smith won Comeback Player of the Year, it was really hard to find another comp. You know, the NFL, we love to always compare and contrast guys from different eras or project them moving forward. But there just were not many stories like Geno Smith, who just waited and persevered a decade in the NFL before he flourished. But what came to life finally was just the arm strength, the accuracy, the playmaking ability that was there at West Virginia, and it just took some time and maybe a little love from Pete Carroll at that time to really elevate his confidence and elevate his game.
Back-to-back carries here. And he found some running room for a nice gain. A solid 8-yard gain there, and now they're going to have 3rd and 2.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Complete beyond the marker. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag.
Holding offense.
Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. Throwing on 3rd, Smith. He's going to loft one deep to the left. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
Now the Raiders readying for the punt, and they'll turn to former All-Pro A.J. Cole for the kick. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. Big kick on that one, 62 yards. And the Ravens will go on offense. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Has him on the quick hitter. And this one doesn't go far.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
This is Henry on 2nd. And his drive forward halted after a couple of yards. He landed Roberts coming over for the hit. They got 2 yards there, and that leaves them with 3rd down and 5.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Now Jackson on 3rd down. To the left side, covered by Andrews. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Pressure coming, it's Jackson. Escapes the pocket. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
This guy, Kate, he can create. He really is good out there. He's skilled when it comes to getting outside the pocket, which makes it all the more impressive. They contained him so well when he was clearly looking to generate something with his legs.
All right, here we go. Second down. Trying down the middle with Henry. And he's going to have this one down to the 43 on a good run. He picks up 8 on the run, and now they're going to have 3rd and 4.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
3rd and 4 coming up now. From the gun, Jackson. That's caught for the first. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. That's a pickup of 9. And that'll be first down, Baltimore.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
From the gun, a run for Henry. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Finding Flowers. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Jeremy Chin there on the stop.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believe it, your guy can get there.
3rd and just 2 to go. It's Henry on the counter. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense, it just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, it sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
Less than a yard needed here on 4th. Running for it. Here's Henry. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Come on now. Was there any doubt who they were going to go to right there? That was always going to be a run play. No problem converting on 4th.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. Completed to Flowers. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. From the red zone now. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. So now it'll be 2nd and goal.
Oh, that is such a bummer. A dropped touchdown right in the end zone. We're going to see how quickly he can flush this one. He better, because they got to make it impact later.
Lamar out of the pistol. The throw is caught. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options, Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. Hill. Oh, they get to him behind the line, and he loses the football. And no turnover. It's going to stay with the offense. Staring at 4th down, the Ravens will go with Justin Tucker to try for 3. This only a chip shot from the right hash. Bullock's kick is good. It sails right through. A beautifully placed football. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. To return, here's Raheem Mostert. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Now for the 2nd time this game, we get a look at the Raiders offense. They didn't start the game off like they wanted, Brock. Still searching for that opening 1st down as they take the field a 2nd time. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Plowing up the middle. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson. Give him 5 on that carry. Bring it up 2nd and 5.
Humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Another carry for him. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson. They made it to single yard that time. They're going to have to solve 3rd down and 4.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
Rolling left, buying some time. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. They get 6 and a 1st down as well.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the 1st down.
1st down, ball at the 36. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. So before they can set up for another play, we've hit the end of the 1st quarter. Neither side separating much so far. We'll return to Allegiant Stadium right after this. Time now for the 2nd quarter. Raiders in possession. They have 2nd down behind the sticks. There's a give up the middle. He'll cobble together a yard there. Give that tackle to Broderick Washington. They'll get that yard back, but no more. It's 3rd and 10.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Running back sent in motion left. Flush down now to his left. Oh, he's going to run for it. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Right up the gut. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Chopping that play, Trenton Simpson. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Back to the well again. And they bring him down around the 34. 5-yard gain on the play. And that's good for a Raiders first.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
Smith on first down. This ball's cut by Bowers. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd down now, 7 to go. They go play action. Here's Smith. Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone. Picked up by Chidobe Awuzie.
I know exactly what the quarterback was envisioning when he let that one go. Touchdown, baby. Not long after, I know exactly what he was thinking. Oh, no! Give me that one back, because the coverage baited him perfectly into that throw, and even more so, picked it off.
The Ravens and Derrick Henry making their way back out on offense. And they were able to contribute 3 points to the lead their last time out. Another chance to build on that advantage here. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Henry gets it here to start the drive. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
On 2nd down, here's Henry again. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Jeremy Chin there on the stop. Nothing gained or lost on that run, and now it's 3rd and 3.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, they got a tackle behind the line, but a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
Jackson out of the gun on 3rd. He has the first over the middle, and he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
1st down, ball at the 36. Out of the gun, Henry. And they bring him down after he ran through him up to the 43. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
They give to Henry on the inside handoff. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Landon Roberts coming over for the hit. Call it no gain, maybe 1 at best on that play. That leaves him with 3rd and 2. Lamar back to throw. He's on the move. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down.
These quarterbacks are so good with their clock in their head between the tackles. But you get outside the pocket, and you've got to have that same ability. If you hesitate for a second, the defenses with their speed at this level, they'll find a way to bring you to the ground.
The Ravens going to punt this away, and here's Jordan Stout to handle that boot. And he's got this fair catch right along the 12-yard line. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And it'll be Raider football. Now the Raider offense headed back to the field. They are coming off their first interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. 1st and 10 now. Here's Smith. Catch is made by the rookie out of Tennessee. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's a Vegas first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Ball at the 33 for first down. The running back gets it on the draw. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
As a play caller, Kate, I would always be a little cautious of a first down draw. I like it better when that defense is anticipating pass. Well, and they were only anticipating getting the backfield and making that running back feel the pain.
Here's 2nd and 14. Got a man. Bowers has it. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
6 DBs out there for the Ravens. 3rd down coming up. Shotgun snap to Smith. He'll get this to Tucker. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. That was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
On first down, they'll run. And he gets it forward to steal about a yard out of that. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
They give it to him again. And he's going to get him up to the midfield stripe with that run. Here's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Out of the gun. Here's Smith. Short pass brought in. And he's tackled with a first down yardage.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
1st and 10 from the 41. A play fake. Now Smith to throw. Complete here to Bowers. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
From the 31. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Caught near the pylon. And he gets it to the 1, but goes out just before 15 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. Call it no gain that time, and they'll have 2nd and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come.
Running for it again. And the struggles continue for him tonight. He's only able to get back to the line. Nothing for him on that play as we've hit the 2-minute warning. They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Third time's the charm. He gets it again. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. So now on 4th down, the Raiders elected to send Daniel Carlson out for the field goal. A pretty automatic look for him from the left. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that cuts the lead in half, down to 3.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team is out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. On the return, here comes Justice Hill. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Ravens back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. They get that big old marker out. Cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Hits him on the out route. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
Now we have a stoppage. No challenges inside of 2 minutes and a half, but the replay official wants to take another look at this on their own. So what we're all looking for here, did he secure the catch and maintain it while also getting both feet down?
Yeah, this is why it's a perfect look. This is why teams scout body control and field awareness for these pass catchers. For moments like this, he did not have much margin for error, and it happens oh so fast.
They took a look just to be safe. You always appreciate that, but the call on the field stands. A quick slant here, caught by Andrews. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
He did such a good job, and not just hitting him in a window on that slant, in the right window, but hitting him right in time, right in a spot where he had room to run and add on to that catch.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Lamar now from the gun. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Lamar throwing again. He goes back to him yet again. Complete. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Jackson's going to throw again. He's got Andrews. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Flushed out of the pocket. And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain. Now just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. Ravens call in on Justin Tucker for the field goal. A very short kick here from the right hash. Tucker's kick is up and good. And that'll double their lead to 6.
Give him the first half trifecta. He's 3 for 3 on field goals. And as much as they'd like 6 points to end drives, not 3, they can at least be happy they're getting consistent looks inside field goal range. He's delivering.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. Here comes the final play of our first half. A final throw before the break. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. So we've reached the halftime break. It's the Ravens leading so far on the road. Now we're on to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman ready to bring us the EA Sports Halftime Report. All yours, Coach. Take it away.
All right, Kate. Thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both these teams ready for the fight ahead. We're ready to get back to it as well. And to do just that, we'll hand it back over to Kate and Brock.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our 3rd quarter. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Out come the Raiders. They'll have it first to begin the 3rd quarter. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. Smith on 1st down. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Back to the air, it's Smith. He gets this one to Myers. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the 2 defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
Here's the give on 3rd and short. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a 3rd and short stop.
Las Vegas sends out the punt team. And this is the 2nd time he's been brought on to kick it. Got 49 on his first punt. This one looks even longer. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. The Ravens and Lamar Jackson ready to go again on offense. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this 2nd half. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. Lamar out of the pistol. Gets this one to Andrews. And as this play goes out of bounds, all eyes turn to that flag on the field.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense.
An avoidable mistake, and that one's going to set the coaches off more than almost any other. And now they're going to mark off the yardage. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Now it's Lamar. Andrews with the catch. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Lamar off the play fake. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins, the one he was looking for. And now it's 3rd and short.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that was just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Pistol snap to Jackson. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. First down throw for Jackson. Heaves this one for the back of the end zone. That's much too high and out of the end zone. Incomplete.
Well, QB put it pretty close to the sideline to begin with, and the defender, look at him, just put his little hand right out there. It just encouraged it to fall out of bounds.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. From the gun, a run for Henry. He breaks a tackle, and he's stopped at the 31-yard line. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run, but I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
It's incomplete. He's going to wish he hung on to that pick there, but it's still going to bring up 4th down.
I think I could see his eyes from the booth. He was envisioning the return and simply dropped it. You got to secure the pick before anything else.
Staring at 4th down, the Ravens will go with Justin Tucker to try for 3. Ball on the right hash, 48 yards out. Bullock's kick is good, and that'll make it a 2-score game.
But when we start discussing who their most dependable scorer is in this game, I don't think it's one of these skill guys, not even the quarterback, who comes to my mind first. I'm going to bring up this kicker. He's now a perfect 4 for 4 on field goals and contributing big time to this lead.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Mostert on the return. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. The Raiders have their offense back out there. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Shotgun snap to Smith. This is hauled in by Myers. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Hand off to the back. down the sideline inside the 40. And he gets this all the way to the 31-yard line. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the second level and beyond.
They've got first down from the 31. Smith. That's him on the quick hitter. And that's good for a gain of 5. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. They go play action. Here's Smith. Just caught, 9-yard line. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 22 on that one. And that will set up 1st and goal.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Smith in the pistol. Bails out of the pocket. And this will be a Las Vegas touchdown. The Raiders shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. Geno Smith with a touchdown. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end brought the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain, he did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
Carlson good on the extra point. And the Raiders cut the lead down to just 2. We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away. Hardy on the return. This return makes it up to the 25. Now Baltimore returning its offense to the field of play. And they settled for a field goal on their last series, so points are a positive, but they'll look to upgrade to a touchdown here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Aguilar with the grab. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. Play fake, Jackson. Throws off the rip, but it's incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Trying down the middle with Henry. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8. Now Jackson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
My goodness, was that some kind of speed off the edge. There's only a handful of tackles in this league that have the lateral movement to stay in front of an end like that. It may be time for this quarterback to start mixing up his cadence, his count, certainly making sure this defensive end can't get off the way that he has.
The Ravens getting ready for the punt. And he's getting the call for the 2nd time this game. Got 44 yards on his first kick, Brock, and this one looks to be longer. And this one did hit at the 8, but took a big bounce and finished its journey in the end zone for a touchback. Time for the Raiders offense to hit the field. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. They'll run here on first down. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
The only thing I can say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Another carry for him. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Out of the gun, here's Smith. Sideline, he's got it, and he gets the feet down too. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's good for a Raiders first.
That's pretty impressive, Kate. I mean, to have the awareness, the body control to not just secure the ball, but to keep both feet down on the sideline.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First and 10 now. Here's Smith. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete.
Read and react. Read and react. Read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going. And you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Here's the lone back on the handoff. Jukes one defender. And he's officially into enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
To be a stud back in this league, it takes more than just checking the athletic boxes. There's an IQ, a feel, a patience and craftiness required, along with just tremendous vision. He showed all of it navigating that run up the middle.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. From the gun, Smith. Complete here to Bowers. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
Good offenses. Good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
They'll run the counter. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Back-to-back carries here. And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the first.
I got to really rack my brain, Kate, to remember a play, a run in this league that nice that doesn't end up getting an offensive first down. He did all he could to will this drive forward.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. Here's a give up the middle. And he's tackled with markers down. This one should be on the defense.
Offside. Defense.
Adding some insult to injury there. Not only did they jump, but they still gave up a lengthy run, even with the head start, as this one's declined. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Running it after the penalty. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline and his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Has it in close.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush a passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. Here's a give straight up the middle. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. It's a gain of 2, and that's going to bring up 4th and goal.
Well, the defense, they couldn't stop him for a loss, but they denied him the goal line at least. Now we get to see, right, decision time, one of these critical decisions of whether or not they're going to go for an all-or-nothing 4th down play.
Less than a yard, all that's needed on 4th and goal. He'll throw it. Escapes the... and he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders take a lead just before the end of the 3rd. Geno Smith with a touchdown. Well, Brock, not the way I imagined it was designed there on 4th and goal, but I don't think these coaches cared how he got the job done. Just make sure you get in for 6.
Yeah, really just 2 options here as the game speeds up down there, right? Find a throwing lane and execute quickly, or you better escape and make it happen with your legs. He didn't get the throwing lane, the coverage he wanted. It's a great decision. You cannot hesitate. You got to go for it, and he sure did, and use that athleticism for 6.
Carlson adds the extra point. And the Raiders jump in front now by 5. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Hardy on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Baltimore running its offense out now. They struggled to produce on that last series, but better results ahead as they take possession here. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here's Lamar. He's got Andrews. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's the Ravens' ball. They come in trailing, but that lead is within reach. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Now here's Lamar. Short pass brought in. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Look up contested catch in the football dictionary, and you'll see that. I mean, I can't critique the defense there. They're in the hip pocket of that tight end. But these contested catches, these tight ends that can separate with their hands, utilize their body, even when you're covered, you're not.
Throwing now on 1st down, it's Jackson. Finds the in route complete. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
Okay, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
Jackson's going to throw again. Gets this one to Andrews. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
There's no question the greatest concern there was just getting the first down. You want a high percentage throw, and you're not really concerned about big yards. Well, the drag route was perfect. He comes open in the short field. It's easy to zip that throw right in there and reset those chains.
On 1st and 10, it's Henry. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Lamar back to throw. A quick slant here, caught by Andrews. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
They're set up at the 35 now. First down, here's Lamar. Getting out to his left. He's on the move. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Lamar now from the gun. He's on the move. Ooh, he's calling his own number again. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens take a 4th quarter lead. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist, and you got to be an artist that can create when things break down, and that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
So here's a big play from the Ravens as they line up for 2. Jackson's throwing for it. And he's into the end zone. Really smart call here in the 4th. Now a field goal would only tie this game. Well, that right there, a very important 2-point conversion, Brock. Their lead now up to 3. A field goal would only tie this one.
Yeah, the math was pretty easy on that one, right? You know what it does. It puts you up 3 and forces a field goal on the other side. But I'll tell you what else I like there, Kate. It's psychology. Puts a little seed of doubt on that other side. Maybe if you come into this moment later in the game, and certainly an injection of confidence for your offense that they can deliver in the clutch.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Mostert on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Vegas offense getting set for another drive now. They find themselves down here in the 4th after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here. First down, Smith to throw. Complete, it's Myers. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
Whole bunch of credit goes to just about everybody on that offense. Guys up front had to give the QB enough time to let that play develop. Excellent effort by that receiver to stay alive and for the quarterback to scan the field and find his completion.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Tried getting that one to Brock Bowers. So now they have 3rd and short. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or two short for the first down.
The Raiders bringing out the punting unit. It'll be A.J. Cole doing the honors. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. The visitors ready for their next series. Let out on offense by their quarterback. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. The drive begins with Henry. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
That's what I call a rhythm starter right there. The offenses love execution plays like that on first down, Kate, because now that playbook is wide open. All options on the table for 2nd down.
This is Henry on 2nd. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the first.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense, and I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Jackson throwing here. Has him on the quick hitter. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Now it's Lamar. Little off center. His man just couldn't adjust to it.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson escapes the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
As much as you'd like to find a completion and get the ball out of your hands, when a play breaks down, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on his ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that.
We get to Henry on the inside handoff. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 + 4 + 4 equals a first down.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Another run for Henry. And this is through the midfield stripe and onto the Raiders' side of the field. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Falcons isn't moving up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Kate, the game wasn't on the line with that series, but don't tell the defense because they brought the urgency and juice like it was. Getting the sack, setting up 4th down, well, it picks everybody up on that sideline. And now their offense gets a chance in a 1-score game.
Baltimore lined up in punt formation. Jordan Stout's the one to send it away. Averaging over 50 yards a kick, and this is another one well hit. And this is the punt you want every time. He bounces out of bounds and sticks them inside their own 10. Out comes Las Vegas on offense. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's a handoff up the gut. And he hits a little space up to the 9-yard line. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
This ball's cut by Bowers. And they bring him down here at about the 13-yard line.
This defense didn't give up contain there, Kate. That was an instance where the more exciting plays were taken away downfield. And even looking to the tight end wasn't going to net them much.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. Simple dive up the middle. And he reaches the 17-yard line as he's hauled down. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a first down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Back to the well again. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They give it to him again. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
First give of the game here to Raheem Mostert. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short game. They get 2 out of the run, but it's going to be 4th and 9.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of reaction time you want when you face a draw play. They broke on it shortly after the draw started, and they contained it to a minimal gain.
Offense staying out there. Look at this. They're trying 4th and 9. Back to throw it. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Sometimes a quarterback gets so focused on coverage down the field, you lose sight of those linemen right in front of you. On that occasion, he throws it right to the D lineman. Easy to get the paw up and swat away a potential first down.
And they will score. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens keep their drive alive and reach pay dirt 1 play later. 1 play after their defense makes a stand, Brock. This offense says thank you very much and hits the end zone for 6.
That's really what you like to see, Kate. Both sides of the ball capable of making big plays and stacking that momentum with each other. And you really like to see the offense was prepared to get out there. That call dialed in and ready to go, ready to strike when the opportunity presented itself.
Justin Tucker to try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Ravens make it a 10-point ball game.
Raiders 17.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Starting from the 5. He's brought down to end that return as we've reached our 2-minute warning. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Smith. Got a man, Bowers has it. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. from the 32. Gets it quickly to Bowers. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Raiders moving quickly, trying to get set as the clock continues to run. Smith on first down. Caught, nice gain left side. He makes it in for the touchdown. The Raiders make it a 4-point game here in the fourth. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just gotta ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
And he connects there, so now another kick from him. A field goal to tie this game in the fourth. So with less than a minute and a half to play, they must recover this onside effort. And no dice on this kick, the Ravens recover. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. Now the Ravens all set for another possession. They're headed out now defending not a 2-score lead, just a field goal advantage here. So wondering, Brock, is that going to affect how they approach a chance at closing this one out?
No, I don't think there's any question about it. Yeah, I think if it's a 2-score game, it's run, 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 take every second off, and punt that ball. Not now. Now you've got to get to the plays that you trust and believe in the most.
And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. It's Henry on the counter. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. The defense takes its third and final timeout. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on third down. Pitch it to Henry. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Yeah, I get it. Fans will measure a running back's merit by touchdowns, yards, the fantasy football world we live in. But as coaches and teammates, Kate, they want something a little bit more. They want to see plays like that. A guy who will always get the short yards in a critical spot like that.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
A kneel down here, and they can start to celebrate this win. So the Ravens will fly home with the win. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
And, Kate, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player has to make to the NFL. In college, you get a lot of blowouts. The NFL, every game you get calloused because you know more often than not they'll be like this, a one-possession game that's not about how you start. It's all about how you finish.
So for Brock Huard, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. The Ravens are your winners as we bid you farewell from Las Vegas.